Hi, John. So thanks for joining us. Really glad to talk to you. Unfortunately, ideally, we'd be talking in a few weeks in Las Vegas at the NAB trade show, but that obviously is not happening now. But we still want to get the important message from you guys out to our members and sponsors or other sponsors. So as far as Teradek, maybe a quick little elevator pitch as far as what you guys are all about. It's for the uninitiated, if you will.
Absolutely. So I would say that Teradek falls into a couple of different areas. Let's say that we fall into the uncompressed world of wireless transmission, which is our Bolt family, which is having the ability to send a feed, an HDSDI feed, 4K uncompressed, zero delay, up to 5,000 feet, that's used typically on set or on a football field. Or a baseball field, I don't discriminate any kind of field really.
Right.
But really, we talk about that as, in a stadium or on a set. Do you remember those things where people used to hang around and watch things happen?
Right. Yes. Exactly.
Right.
Seems like yesterday.
Yeah, and we were really good at that, and very well known for that in that environment.
Right.
But I think that the term that has been best coined from the onset environment that we are very known of, with that Bolt family, is the offset world that uses the internet, uses IP, and uses what we know as encoders. For those that know the history of Teradek, they may or may not know that we actually started doing encoders before we even came out with the Bolt world. So we've been doing very small, very low cost encoders that are about the size of a packet of cigarettes. I know that's not politically correct to say that anymore, but
right.
I consider a packet of cards or the length of a can of beer, all those kinds of things. Very high quality, low delay, and we've been used, or they have been used, for streaming from everything from the president of the state of the US to a local high school's event. We created a number of years ago a management system that sits within the AWS that allows us to stream that to all the different CDNs, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the different CDNs. But we also, and not a lot of people know this, but we make decoders as well. So if I had a feed in New York, I could send it over the public internet to LA, and we do that for thousands and thousands of people.
Sure.
At last count, we had about 120,000 encoders deployed in the last few minutes. That's a lot of encoders.
So you mentioned offset monitoring. So obviously there's a lot of offset production going on right now. Basically, I mean, yes. Every sports talk show, almost every show on TV now that involves talking heads is an offset show where everyone's most people are remotely dialing in, and you have a challenge of people who are not technically savvy, who don't have technicians in their houses, and they're going to have something arrive on their doorstep, and they got to figure out how to hook it up. Some of them have done a good job, some of them not so good. So where do you guys fit into this ongoing need that is definitely going to be around for at least a few months?
I mean, I think you described the workflow exactly how things are happening. We're having to create mini kits. I've had guys create mini kits that have a nice quality camera in, an encoder in, and often a decoder to do return path. And when we met with a lot of the customers and they were talking to us about building these solutions, we asked them, what's important to you? And it became clear that encryption is vitally important. Delay is really important, and quality is really important. We're not Zoom, we're not a webcam, we're that stage. We are a broadcast quality transmission system, and that's kind of the world that we're playing in. So when a journalist does need to be at home, or a commentator does need to be at home, the cubes have been integral in allowing us to do those point-to-point connections. We created a cloud management system, so it really simplifies the workflow for that person at their home. And, having the ability to join over, Ethernet or Wi-Fi or even cellular means that, we don't have to start fiddling with the network connections in a person's home.
Right.
As you said, it's tough. IP is not the easiest
Yes.
of technologies to get our heads around, especially when trying to do very high quality work. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, well, thanks for your time. I mean, it was quick 5 minutes, but I appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah. So, obviously keep in touch as far as things going in the future, other products. Just let us know and we'll help you get the word out. So,
Yeah.
And of course, stay safe, and the rest of your team as well.
And to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John.